and welcome to the program. I am Deji Doherty. Now, after much back and forth, the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, appears to have managed to put its house in order, at least for now. Amid protests from several quarters backed by calls for the resignation of the national chairman, Uche Secondus, leaders of the party have met and called a truce to pacify all aggrieved members. The Board of Trustees resolved that Secondus, instead of being forced out of office, should remain chairman, but not until December, when his tenure is originally meant to expire. Although the National Convention ought to have been held in December, the leadership crisis forced the party to agree for an early convention. So the middle ground raised by the governors, BOT members, members of the National Assembly, and other top party members is that the PDP National Convention, where new leaders will be elected, should be held latest by the end of October. Now, Secondus and members of the outgoing National Working Committee are also not likely to be re-elected, as the party has agreed to constitute a committee that would work out a zoning of offices. Well, now, it's not only at the national level that the PDP has a crisis, even at state level as well. The crisis is still there. Joining me now to discuss this, more on this now, especially as regards the resolution now, is Deji Doherty, who, well, should I say, the factional chairman of the PDP in Lagos State. Mr. Doherty, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Let's clarify your position, essentially. Are you the chairman of the party, or Agbola Dominic is the chairman of the party in Lagos?
Well, thank you very much. I still remain the elected chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos State. Agbola Dominic was not elected, but only appointed for 90 days. And I think since the issue of the chairmanship, or since that issue is still in court and is sub judice, I wouldn't like to deliberate so much into it.
Because I know Agbola Dominic is relying on that court. I mean, the last court judgment he got in his favor, I mean, that declared him the authentic chairman of the party in Lagos State.
Well, the court never declared him as the authentic chairman of the party. The court just said the party should go back and do the correct thing. And I think the only correct thing that the court wants the party to do is to go back and conduct an election. However, I believe that the election was conducted, everybody took part in that election. All the members of the state ESCO took part, all the members of the state working committee took part, and I was elected. And you know, even those that are in Agbola Dominic's camp took part in that election, except him. He walked away from the election. So, and I don't know why he had to walk away. But luckily for him, there's another election in 3-4 weeks' time, which he can easily go pick up the form and try his luck again. If he wants to be chairman, then he should be ready to go out, campaign, and woo the people, talk to the people, talk to members of the party, and maybe they can decide to vote for him, which is very, very unlikely.
The problem with the PDP in Lagos is just a small part of the larger problem the party faces at the national level. Now, you look at the way the issue of the chairmanship, the national chairmanship of your party, the way it was resolved, what do you make of it? I mean, the decision taken by the governors and members of BOT and top leaders of the party now, resolving that Secondus should continue as chairman until October.
Well, you know, let truth be told, okay? Secondus, Prince Uche Secondus and the NWC, even though they've made their own mistakes, but they've still been one of the best managers of the party that we've ever had. We had 11 governors when they came in. And they moved that up to, I think, about 15 governors at a particular time before the APC, with their pressure, machinery of government, started to put pressure on some of our governors to leave the party. You understand? If you remember, the former national chairman of the APC used to say, if you leave PDP and come to APC, your sins are forgiven. So what do you expect? This is government talking. You understand? And when the APC is talking, because they have the mantle of government, you know, they use all the machinery, all the security apparatus in their disposal to try and intimidate our governors. Some of them, yeah, they give in and they go to the APC. But I can tell you this
the
for a
problem,
fact,
because there's something I want to ask you, so that we are clear on this. What exactly is the problem of the party? What exactly is Uche Secondus the problem of the party, that some top members of the party, including, I mean, it's public knowledge that the governor of his state too, who played a very, very prominent role in putting him there as national chairman, does not want him to continue. So what has he done? Is he responsible? Is he to blame for why some of your governors left the party? What exactly is the problem? Why is it that some top party members want him out?
Well, you know, Deji, you know, you have been following PDP for a very long time, as long as I know. You understand? And you're a good journalist. You are an investigative journalist. And I know, I like how you've couched your question. You understand? You know very well that in politics it's all about interest. Interest, interest, interest. Secondus, nobody can find anything to hold on Prince Uche Secondus. But because of the interest, those that want to become presidents in 2023, those that believe that Secondus isn't tilting their way, those that believe that Secondus should be a stooge to them, and he's not, those that believe they stand as Secondus' godfather and they are not able to manipulate and control him. You understand? These are all the things that are playing. So you have a barrage of issues that Secondus has to deal with. He has to deal with some governors that believe that a southern president should be president and Secondus can be chairman and a southerner become president. Some that are supporting are saying that Secondus should stay and a northerner becomes president, you know. So you have a lot of issues that are all hovering around Secondus' chairmanship. And everybody is just out to just get their own share of the party.
Now, I also want you to react to this. I mean, there are words out there that Secondus is also partly responsible for the crisis that the party is facing in Lagos State. You know, that he recognizes your faction and does not recognize the other faction. And so you have a situation where the other faction of the party is happy that Secondus should leave.
Listen, you see, these are the issues that usually come up that that need to be cleared, as a matter of fact. I am the state chairman, and I have close to 17 local government chairmen working directly with me for the first time in PDP. You understand? 17. We have 2 deceased, and then 1 that is probably, we'll say, is on their side. You understand? And that is the side of Chief Body George. You understand? And I don't see Chief Body George as a faction, or those that are with Chief Body George as members of a faction. They are members of the party. They are bona fide members of PDP. They are not members of a faction. We are not members of factions. We just have different interests. You understand? We are not factional. Dominic is not factional. I am not factional. You understand? We're all members of the same party. However, in any party, like you have in an APC, like you have in ADP, like you have in PMP, or any of the parties, including the youth party, you understand? You have interest. Now, I am the custodian of the party in Lagos State today. And under my leadership, I have 17 local government chairmen out of 20 local government chairmen. I also have quite a number of the working committees and the non-working committees working with me. You understand? And they are not factional. Those that are not working with me choose not to, because they believe that I should stoop or I should go to some certain levels to talk to their leaders and make sure that their leaders take control of whatever the state does on a daily basis. And I don't believe that. So it is different interest. My style of running the party is different from theirs, and they don't like it, and then they decide they want to stay away, which is their prerogative. We're the People's Democratic Party and not a personal Democratic Party. So just to clear the air on that, Deji, is that we are not factional in PDP. We just have different interests. Even at the national level also, we're not factional. Definitely in every democracy. That's what democracy is all about. The day you see everybody come together and talk in one voice, then you have a problem with democracy, because there will always be a discerning voice. Let me give you one very good example. If you remember in the Bible, when Jesus Christ had 12 disciples, what happened? One, the Judas was there. You understand? So not to talk of a
I understand your
party.
point now. I understand your point. But very quickly before I let you go, you must admit that if your party is not careful and does not try to manage this crisis very well, it could derail your chances in 2023.
Well, you see, let me put it like this, right? This is the rough road to 2023. You have to go through this road, Deji. You can't tell me you don't know what's going on. You understand? You know very well that you have if you're going to have a warm, good pot of soup, the pot must be hot. So we don't expect the road to 2023 victory to be that of a smooth sailing kind of thing. Definitely this is going to come, the bombs are going to come, and even after this has already been taken care of. After this, there's still going to be some rough rides along the line. So expect more of rough rides. But at the end of the day, the entire PDP, including the BOT, including the Governors Forum, including those that you say are the ones that put Secondus there, and maybe he's not listening to them now, or whatever they say, all of them want one thing, and we all have that one thing in common. 2023 presidency must return back to the People's Democratic Party.
Deji Doherty, thank you very much for joining us on the program. And we'll wait and see how all of your crises, both at the national and especially at the state level, is resolved. Thank you very much for your time.
All of our misunderstanding. Let me clear something on the state level. We're having a congress. We're having a congress in about 3-4 weeks' time. So that is going to die a natural death. We hope Dr. Dominic himself picks up a form and goes and run for the chairmanship of the People's Democratic Party.
Because he says he is a chairman of the party, and there's just no need for another Congress because he's the chairman of the party.
He says there's no need for another Congress. I'm sure he didn't say that, because if he said that, definitely he's not reading the constitution of the party.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal. How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.